Hello friends, super raw video that I'm going to be putting out here and sharing with Hutto. Specifically, this is due to the baseball program that we have been associated with, and then we'll be sending the transcript and everybody that is included in HYBSA, even though we're trying to be silenced, all city council members, Hutto PD, Hutto ISD, the mayor, just gonna kind of have to get started on my story here because we've been let down and disrespected, and I'm not gonna be silent. So I just wanna kind of start out by saying, this is not my Hutto. Hi, my name is Meredith Wagner. This message is for the Hutto Mayor, the City Council, Hutto ISD, HYBSA Board, and the public. This isn't about baseball anymore. This is about truth, about integrity, about how my family, a good family, was betrayed by the very people who are supposed to protect our children. Timeline kind of begins, as most of you know that follow me on social media. My kids have been playing baseball since they were 4. We've been part of leagues in Georgetown, Austin, and now Hutto. We've always stepped up, coaching, volunteering, showing up. We believed in the sport, we believed in the city. But when we joined HYBSA this season, everything changed. We were excited, we trusted the process. My boyfriend, other parents, coaches, parents help step in and help coach the original coach who stopped showing up to practices. Parents thanked us for stepping in, not me specifically, just, handling music and whatever was needed, providing balls, got with the team to kind of get an action taken together. My boyfriend, Tommy Bartley, was the one that stepped in and was coaching on these missed days. We had reached out to Chardon, which was the head coach of the Fun Fit Hitters here in Hutto, asking him very politely just to step down and have Tommy as head coach. He had made multiple remarks stating that, Tommy is, running the game, how great of an asset he's been on teaching him baseball. His child, I could be wrong, played flag football, never played baseball. It was his first year. And this coach had no experience. I'm sorry for all the names too, by the way. Having any baseball coaching experience at all. Truly did not know any roles. Didn't even know what a foul was. Sorry for all those names. That's just going to be me. So we reached out to the board with concerns that we needed a actual coach. There was other parents on the team that were stating the exact same advice. So the board voted in my boyfriend as head coach. We were doing everything right. Then came the incident when Brandy McCool, an HYBSA board member, crossed the line at tryouts. She had made sexually inappropriate comments to me, later to my children's father in front of kids at an All-Stars event, and then for me, it was prior at tryouts. We reported it. HYBSA has all of the messages, all of the evidence, and all of the communications. We provided all of the information to all of the commissioners, city council, mayor, etc. Myself, my children, another assistant coach that I wasn't there for the All-Star tryouts when the sexual endos and continued hitting on to my ex-husband. I was working that day, I was not there, but one of the assistant coaches that was with us was and did physically see her speaking to my ex-husband after we had already reached out to the board stating that, you know, she needed to keep her distance from our family and they were doing an investigation. So, and it's come down to, instead of protecting us, they turned on us. This is where we feel like this is retaliation. We were told that we would get a refund. We were told the incident would be investigated. Instead, we got banned. First, it was both me and my boyfriend. Then suddenly they changed their story. Now just me, the mother. They accused me of cursing, of being hostile, of making others uncomfortable, things that were never brought up during the entire season. No reports, no parent complaints, no board notices, just a last minute email after we refused to be quiet. The only thing that I'm guilty of is speaking my mind, protecting my children, standing with the men who have stood by me. That is my boyfriend, that is my ex-husband, and the coaches that know what really happened. Legal truth, I mean, let's be clear. What HYBSA has done is not just unethical. It may also be illegal under Texas law. Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code 73, defamation, false accusations made to damage my name and reputation. Texas Government Code 554.002, retaliation. We were punished for reporting misconduct clearly and truthfully. Texas Business Organizations Code 22. HYBSA failed its duty to act transparently and fairly as a nonprofit. And the Texas Education Code 33.085. Youth sports organizations must ensure background checks and safety. We now have reason to believe this was not consistently followed. And let's be honest, if HYBSA truly believed I was a threat, why was I ever allowed on the field? Why was my boyfriend voted in as head coach? Because they know the truth, and now so do you. To the city of Hutto, so I ask, is this who Hutto wants to be? Because at Georgetown, my family was welcomed, my children welcomed. In Austin, our entire family, myself, respected. But in Hutto, I was silenced, scapegoated, and lied about. Standing up for what's right makes me mouthy, so be it. I'll be mouthy, I'll be honest, but I'm definitely going to be heard. The real call to action, this video isn't a threat. It's an invitation to accountability, to decency, to truth. If you want to see the screenshots, the recordings, the written promises, we have them all. If you want to speak with witnesses, we can also provide them. If you care about what kind of city Hutto is becoming, you'll listen. To HYBSA, you had a chance to make this right. Now we're going to make sure that everyone knows what was done to our family. We're not going anywhere. This is not my Hutto, but maybe it can be better. So, you know, we had threats for going on social media or pursuing legal action about a zero tolerance policy that was given to me and Tommy on one email. Never really kind of explained what that zero tolerance policy was. And then we received an additional email, which all of this can be provided later, stating that the decision was that we withdrew the children before their investigation, although we were given a set date, and that witnesses did not see what happened with the allegations with my ex-husband, now calling him a liar because, you know, he was the witness, he was there, he's the one who had to deal with it, push her away, not physically, but, you know, tell her to step away and move around. Same situation, you know, with me. I directly reached out, you know, told her, you know, you need to stay away from my family. And, you know, I truly thought that Hutto was going to be making this right. That's what we were led on to believe from the president and from many commissioners and other coaches. So I just want to let you guys know, because, you know, they threatened that this is harassment in the state of Texas. That has to be like served, like police have, like, you have to have some kind of like order. My First Amendment right to the U.S. and Texas Constitution. I have every legal right to share my personal story, express opinions about my experience, identify public or semi-public figures like HYBSA board members, speak out on matters of public concern, youth safety, community fairness. Defamation in Texas requires false and harmful intent. To be considered defamation, someone would have to prove that I made a false statement of fact, not opinion. I knew it was false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. The statement caused damage for, you know, my reputation. But the statements are not defamation. Opinions, I believe that was retaliation, are not true defamation. So reporting my experience here, you know, is definitely uncomfortable, as I should not even be having to do that, but it's definitely not illegal. I'm also not required to file charges to speak publicly. Don't need to file a criminal or civil charge to, you know, tell my side of the story. Say someone behaved inappropriately, not once, but twice. Say that the board failed me and my family, hurt my family with emotional distress, my children, you know, Thomas Bartley, my ex-husband Juan Wagner. There were other parents, you know, just very upset that this was the board's direction that they took. So, you know, I just feel like Brittany McCool made comments that I felt were appropriate. I feel like most mothers and parents would be on the same page, trust me. The president, Alvaro Martinez, told us we would be refunded and then banned us without reason. And then finally came back with a reason of misconduct on my end for cussing in front of children, which never happened. I would love to see that proof, which you have, of me cursing, because I definitely cuss. It's my middle name, but I don't do it in front of children, and I definitely don't do it in like youth sports. So our family, you know, submitted multiple complaints of witness misconduct, and it was just ignored, and it's not okay. These are our live experiences, and I have every right to share them, especially when it is to protect my children and other children and raise public awareness. The events I describe are based on my direct experience and personal communications, supported by documents, messages, and recordings in my possession. The statement reflects my understanding and truth as a mother, community member, and witness. So this is where I am going to begin sharing my story, and this will also be transcribed to anyone in Hutto that can I hopefully hear my family story and hopefully make it right, but also ensure that another family never has to ever go through this again. Because if I was running a board and a family was subject to this, there's not really, I'm not gonna sit there and investigate and call myself a liar or call my ex-husband a liar. We do not do that. That is not who we are. We are community and baseball oriented and always have been. So that's where we stand. This is where I am beginning my calling as it is my right. And I'm so sorry for the 15-minute video, but love you guys. And, you know, I hope I get some support. Wishing you the best. Peace, love, energy, always, all the good things. You know, just, you're not gonna silence me. But thank you for trying. Have a good day.